The Easter Story. Last week, we heard about Jesus arriving in Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. The people were happy to see Jesus. They waved palm branches and shouted, "Hosanna." Some of the religious leaders were jealous of how much the people loved Jesus, so they decided to make a plan. Judas was one of Jesus' disciples. The religious leaders gave Judas money to tell them where Jesus was so they could arrest him. The Jews celebrated the Passover ever since the time of Moses. Jesus had this meal with his disciples. This meal is now known as the Last Supper. Jesus told them that one of them had turned against him. Then Jesus thanked God for the bread and shared it with his disciples, saying, "Take this and eat it. This is my body, which is given for you." He took a cup, thanked God for it, saying, "This is my blood, which will be poured out for many people, so their sins may be forgiven." They all took a sip from the cup. Jesus told Peter that he would pretend he didn't know Jesus before the morning arrived and the cockerel crowed. Jesus and the disciples went to pray in the Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus asked Peter, James, and John to keep watch, but they were so tired they fell asleep. Jesus woke them up. "Couldn't you stay awake for me?" he asked. This happened 2 more times. Judas told the religious leaders where Jesus was, and Jesus was arrested. Then Judas brought the religious leaders to where Jesus was. Jesus was arrested. Peter followed where they took Jesus and waited outside where he was being held. Someone asked if he was Jesus' friend. Peter said he didn't know Jesus. Peter followed where they took Jesus and waited outside where he was being held. Someone asked if he was Jesus' friend. Peter said he didn't know Jesus. Then the cock crowed, and Peter remembered what Jesus had said and felt very sad. Pontius Pilate asked the people, as was custom, which man they wanted set free. The people chose Barabbas instead of Jesus. The crowd wanted Jesus punished. Jesus was made to carry his heavy cross through the streets of Jerusalem. Jesus had to carry a heavy cross through the streets of Jerusalem. When Jesus fell down, a man named Simon carried Jesus' cross to the hill. When they reached the top of the hill, they nailed Jesus to the cross. There was a criminal on Jesus' right side and on his left. When it grew dark in the afternoon, Jesus said, "It is finished." Jesus died on the cross. His friends and family were very sad. When Jesus died, the earth shook. The curtain in a special place called the temple was torn in two, and a man that had wanted Jesus to die saw all of this, and he said, "Surely this man was the Son of God." Jesus' body was put into a tomb. A large, heavy stone was put in front of the entrance, with a soldier to guard it. On the 3rd day, Mary and some of Jesus' other friends went to the tomb. Jesus' body wasn't there, and the stone had been rolled away. An angel told them that Jesus had risen from the dead. His friends were so happy that he had risen from the dead. Jesus is alive.